Hey everybody, it's Bradford, your carnivore curmudgeon, and for this video I thought I'd do a little bit of a review on something that after lots of thoughtful consideration and saving up some money, I decided to pull the trigger on, which is the Our Place cookware. This particular package is called the Home Cook Duo. Now it's called a duo because it comes with two pieces in the package. And the two pieces this package came with is here on the left, the Perfect Pot, which is what they call this ceramic coated, it's kind of like a Dutch oven pot, all-around pot for all-around use. And also this non-stick Always Pan Pro, which is their titanium step above their normal, very well-reviewed Always Pan. And so I thought we would take a look at both of these pieces since I've used them for a couple of months. We'll see how they cook some things and how those things come out. We'll see how they clean up when I make a bit of a mess, which is sort of inevitable. And while I don't do extensive cooking in this video, I think you'll get enough of the idea to explore it for yourself if you're interested. And as everything that cost a lot of money, it came with some very fancy packaging, had a very nice little sentiment written on the box. But most importantly, I needed some time to put this to the test over a couple of months. And now that it has been a couple of months, I thought I would pass it along to you, my friends. So the instructions, starting with this nonstick skillet, is to use about a teaspoon of fat to quote-unquote activate the non-stick feature. I'm not really sure what there is to activate. It either is or it isn't. I will say that I never found a teaspoon of oil or fat to be enough. I always ended up going with a tablespoon or even more to actually coat the pan. That's, this size of a pan. This is a 10-inch pan. And it also says to start off on medium. There's no need to cook on high or really crank it up when you get started. This is a hard habit for me to break, but I have gotten used to it, and I believe that those are very good instructions for both the fat and the medium. So here I just thought I'd throw a couple of eggs in there. Eggs can be sticky and can make a mess if you cook them too long, if you don't do them right, or if your pan sucks. So I will say that, again, with enough fat, even though I broke one of the yolks, these came out nice. The eggs came out great, and the pan definitely was what I would call non-stick. It has those little hex shapes down there at the bottom. And also the instructions are very explicit that you should never use spray oil in this pan. I think it's all the chemicals that are in the oil, not the oil itself, that probably will break down and compromise the texture of the pan. But that's just my guess. I'm no pan expert. So real quick, here's some scrambled eggs, which of course, as you know, can be even messier than fried eggs. Now, I really didn't have any kind of problem with this. I made these the way that I normally make them. But I did notice that on two occasions, once with fried eggs and once with scrambled eggs, that I used the grease from either bacon or sausage that I cooked in the pan prior to the eggs, and it did not come out so slick and nice off the bottom of the pan. It really kind of made a mess. Not that it wasn't delicious, but as far as just leaving a real clean pan behind, that didn't work out well for me. So starting with a clean pan and using either bacon fat or butter, each time my eggs came out really very nice. So to me that was a big test, because that's just not my experience with a lot of other pans. And over the last couple of months, I've cooked a variety of things in this pan. Here's some delicious chicken livers that I made. I made ground beef in here. I made hamburgers in here. Here's some breakfast sausage. All of the common things that I would cook throughout a few weeks' time. Made pork chops. Now, the pork chops, I will say, left me a mess in the pan. It's not the pan's fault, it's the way I cooked them. But just as an example, here's after I cooked the chicken livers. It was a little sticky and tacky, and all it took was spraying it out real good, and some dish soap and a nylon scrubby to really get everything off of here. It was really very little effort, came very clean, and I'm super pleased with really just about everything about this pan at this point. So after a couple of months, there are no stains on the inside. Everything looks just like it did the day it arrived. There's very little in the way of scratching on the back, which I would have expected there to be more of, given the way I use this on my gas stove top. Now, as far as the perfect pot goes, very pleased with this also. I thought this would be a heavier item, but it's really not. It's very lightweight. But I've learned that I need almost no oil for anything I do in this pot. And like the skillet, I've cooked a lot of different things in this. I've made ground beef in this. I have made chili in this. I've made noodles in this. I do not live alone. I do cook for others. I put in a little bit of liquid when I braise something like these chicken leg quarters, and stick it in the oven, and in a couple of hours it's done, and very little mess, very little cleanup. In this particular video, I made those chicken leg quarters for Digby the dog, because I've been doing my best to feed him more good quality food. So the chicken livers and the chicken leg quarters, I put them in that pot, cook them up, and then I break it all down, and I've got food for 5, 6, 7 days for really a pittance compared to buying even quality dog food. And if you think I'm above nibbling at that chicken or those chicken livers, you would be wrong. And just like the skillet, this enamel covered pot it's probably even easier to clean. You really don't even need the scrubby. I just give it a good wipe and then some warm soapy water and washcloth, and it's just so easy, and it looks exactly like it did the day it came in the box to the house. Now, why would I spend the money on this? Well, we all know that the Teflon pans are, for the most part, junk. They're not good for you. They flake and they can be detrimental to your health. Cast iron is fantastic for most things, but not all things, and sometimes it's cumbersome to use every day. Even a more expensive enamel-covered nonstick is going to wear out, or worse, warp on the bottom, which I just can't stand. Here's a baked enamel pan that we have, and they just give out after time. Yes, that is the remnants of a grilled cheese that was in this pan about a year ago. Let's just say there was an incident. But the reason I gave the Our Place pans a go is because my daughter has had this everyday pan here on the left, the gray one, for a number of years. And you can pick this up for about $190. This is the two-piece for $190. But her pan still looks like it did on the cooking service, like it was brand new. Now, I spent a little extra money. I paid $250 for the same perfect pot, but also the upgraded Pro skillet, the titanium one. And I have to say I am happy with my purchase, happy with my investment. I certainly didn't take it lightly spending that much, but I figure if we're going to spend good money on good quality food, we might as well have good quality cookware to go with it. So take a look at the link I've put in the description if you're interested in exploring this. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.